sketchy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Studio Day Heffrey, where I'm doing today's video with a Ricola. I got a Ricola cough drop because my throat is scratchy today. It hurts a little bit, which I thought it would be the other way around because I'm trying to give up tobacco. I've been a dipper since I was 15. I'm trying to give that up. So if you've successfully done that, please tell me how you did it in the comments. I really thought not dipping would make my throat be in better shape, but right now, it's scratchy. It's not good. All right, but we're here to talk about the Cowboys. Look at that. It's insane. We're here to talk about the Cowboys, though. I got a bunch of questions from you guys in the last couple of videos that I hadn't gotten to, so here I am to get to them. Remember, you can always leave in the comments what you'd like to talk about for tomorrow's video, and I'll get you all hooked up. Just make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh. Click on the little bell. That's the notifications. That way you don't miss anything. And, of course, check 1053thefan.com every day. I've been watching the secondary guys for this draft. We're going to record a Trust the Tape here in a couple hours, Brian Broaddus and I, so that'll be fun. Make sure you catch that wherever you get your podcasts as well. Radio.com, iTunes, whatever. And let's see. First question for today is from the Crownless King. I hope you get your crown, King. I really do. I hope you get it. Hey, Jeff. I was wondering lately after watching the Super Bowl, would you rather try and build a defense and make it close to the 49ers and get beat out in the Super Bowl by an offense like the Chiefs? Well, wait, no. I want to be the team that wins, first of all. Or improve the offense to the point where no defense in the league can stop you. And you'll win time of possession so the opposing QBs, such as Mahomes, Wentz, Watson, Rodgers, Jackson, etc., are off the field. I'm just loving the potential possibility of best player available being one of these stud wide receivers being paired with Dak rather than Wentz. LOL. Ha! That's a reference probably to my Ruggs thing yesterday. I don't want Henry Ruggs to be an Eagle. I think he could help unlock that offense in a way that I don't want any part of. Yeah, so I think we have to start with which method could you be closer to pulling off? And that's a complicated question for the Cowboys, the answer could be in some ways kind of depressing. Because who is Dak closer to? Jimmy or Patty? To me, I think the answer is Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm not one of the guys who's killing Jimmy Garoppolo for the Super Bowl. He played great for a good portion of that game and overall didn't play well enough. And the best, the future GOAT, Pat Mahomes, got going in the fourth quarter and beat you in the Super Bowl. There's no shame in losing the Super Bowl. I know it's weird. We've gotten to a place in sports where whoever loses, we have to find guys to blame on their team. We can't just be like, oh, the other team beat them. The Chiefs beat the 49ers. That's okay. Doesn't mean they'll beat them next time, although I would pick them to because they have a great quarterback. I would take Dak over Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think, to me, they exist in the same sort of tier. Dak is ahead of Jimmy in it. But the Cowboys' offensive line is still really good. And the Cowboys' offense last year was really good. I know. I'm going to get a lot of comments of, they were 8-8 and Dak sucks and blah, 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 blah. That's an issue you need to work out in therapy. I can say that because I've been to therapy a lot. So the Cowboys' offense was really good. If the best player available is a wide receiver, yeah, I'd take him. I would take him. And then I would figure it out. Like, okay, now what are we going to do? We're trying to figure out where to get Tony Pollard in the game. Obviously, Zeke's going to get a lot of touches. We got Amari Cooper, probably. Randall Cobb, maybe. We got Michael Gallup, and figure it out. If CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy's there at 17, I snap him up in a heartbeat. The other names worth knowing, Henry Ruggs at 17. And I haven't really talked about him at 17, but I don't think TCU's Jalen Reagor makes it to 51. So maybe you'd want to move around to make that pick, but I think he would help this offense a ton too. That's a dude that's another burner that he'll go get the ball. He has some drops, but you can find a bunch of plays where Jalen Reagor is at probably 5'11", climbing the ladder and going to snatch the football. Like, he's not a tiny catch radius guy. He's a really good player. He could really help this offense. And I think that's the route that is the most likely Cowboys Super Bowl win, is you make your strength so strong that you can overcome your weaknesses. Make the offense so good that teams just have to keep up with you. Dak won't be Pat Mahomes, but being Dak Prescott with the right surrounding cast, that could be good enough. That could absolutely be good enough. Because how far away are you from being the 49ers? I think you have a slightly better quarterback than they do, and I think you have a better offensive line than they do. But in order to be that defense, I think Nick Bosa is better than Tank Lawrence today. You have nobody like DeForest Buckner on the interior. You have nobody like Eric Armstead. Maybe Robert Quinn was your D Ford, but he may be gone. Quan Alexander and Fred Warner, the linebackers for the 49ers, those are outstanding cover guys. They're good. I thought going into last year, maybe the Cowboys would have the best linebackers in the league. Going into this year, I think they're average. So you don't have their D-line. You don't have their linebackers. Byron Jones is as good as Richard Sherman. Xavier Woods with another year, maybe he could be as good as Jimmy Ward. You're a long way away from having a defense like that. You'd love to have that sort of balance, and maybe you could build a balance where you don't have a great defense, but you have a capable defense. You have a good defense. Playing capable special teams could help the Cowboys a lot. I think if you had capable special teams, you're probably in the playoffs. Having terrible starting field position and for most of the year a kicker who can't make field goals, that costs the Cowboys games. Bad punt cover teams, bad kick cover teams, bad punt return team. They had bad special teams, and I've never thought that was all that important until you're awful at it. And then you realize, yeah, that's important. So they're closer to being a dominant offense than being that super balanced, great defense, ball control football team. But you go the route that the best player takes you. You try to make your team overall as best you can and give yourself a chance. All right, next, Kevin Thomas asked, do you think the TCU and Penn State receivers have low 4.3 speed? Where do you think they will fall? I'm on board with your Ruggs theory. I could see Jalen Reagor, TCU wide receiver, going in the first round. That dude's electric. His numbers last year weren't very good, but that TCU offense was a train wreck. You got to go back, and in 2018, he's 19 years old putting up over 1,000 yards without good quarterback play. Jalen Reagor is electric. As a punt returner, he averaged 21 yards per punt return last year with a couple of touchdowns. He fixes your punt return game by himself. And he adds an element of speed and after-catch ability, a down-the-field threat. I would love if Jalen Reagor were a Cowboy. I don't know if I would be celebrating if they picked him at 17, but after was that the best player on my board? And heck, maybe he could be. I got him as a first-round guy. And then the other guy is KJ Hamler at Penn State. He's smaller than Reagor, both in height and in size. But watching him play, he can burn, and he's tough after the catch. And he's tough for guys to really press cover because he's so quick. He can change speeds. He's so quick. He'd be really fun. Ideally, I would like to get him in the third round if you got to pick him somewhere, because there's probably other things I want to do with my first two picks. But, yeah, I could see them both running in the low to mid 4.3s. I could totally see that. But Jalen Reagor is also built solidly. He's taller. He can go up and get the ball. They'll throw Jalen Reagor fades on the goal line, and he'll go get them. So Rager's a better prospect, but I am a big fan of both. Mike Petro Petty. What's your thoughts on quarterback? Is Cooper Rush brought back, or do we find a veteran in free agency, or maybe draft one like Anthony Gordon? I'm on board with drafting a quarterback every other year, give or take. If Anthony Gordon's available in the mid-rounds, sure, take him. If Jake Fromm makes it to the third round, take him. Jake Fromm's really interesting. I don't think his ceiling's high, but he doesn't put the ball at risk. He makes good decisions. I think he could be a functional NFL bus driver. Nothing about him screams star player. Nothing about him says that he's going to carry your football team, but he's a don't screw it up guy. And I think that's an ideal high-end backup and potentially an NFL starter. I like picking quarterbacks. I like it. They had no idea. Look, Tony Romo was an undrafted free agent, and Dak Prescott was a fourth-round pick. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you find a guy. So if you don't live in the area where you can draft Joe Burrow or Tua, take a shot on a guy. Do it every other year. Maybe even more often than that. And try to get capable QB play. Let's see. D. Wallace, thoughts on adding Vic Beasley on a one-year deal similar to Quinn? I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Here's the thing about Vic Beasley, and here's why sack numbers can lie to you. If a guy got a bunch of sacks, he helped his team with those particular plays. But Beasley has never been a guy that gets a ton of pressures, that wins consistently as a pass rusher. He kind of wins just because he's a great athlete. And that isn't consistent. He hasn't been consistent in his career. He had massive sack numbers 1 year. But the other numbers involved with that said that he's not going to be a consistently really good pass rusher, and he hasn't been. And that's why, like the Tank Lawrence thing, people are going to kill Tank Lawrence for his sack numbers. He also created a whole bunch of sacks for other people. He got consistent pressure. So I'm pretty sure that next year, Tank Lawrence will get double-digit sacks again because the other numbers say that that's who he is. He lives back there. He's going to end up making those plays. So Vic Beasley, if the money's right, yeah, I'll take him. I could line him up at right D end as a pass rusher for a decent amount of plays and hope to get really good production. But I don't trust that he's going to get consistent production. Jeff, this is Steve, wanted to ask you this because you usually have the most fun with these. If Herbert or Tua is there at 17 and Dak still isn't signed and doesn't look like he will, you shoot that shot and draft one and try to trade Dak? To me, that's fantasy world. Dak will be the quarterback for the next decade. But now I have to put myself in a place where I'm Jerry and Stephen Jones. And I've got my plan for the cap, and Dak's demands aren't close to that. Yeah. It would put you in a different place because you would know as a rookie you're probably not going to get the same production. Although Tua might be an NFL star. And maybe Herbert could develop into that. But, yeah, the rookie contract for a quarterback is awesome. But it's so dangerous. Because with Dak Prescott, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting way above average. I'm getting better than good quarterback play. And to take the chance of replacing that, it's great to save $30 million a year. It is. It's awesome. Rookie quarterback deals are the best. But you don't know that you're going to get production anywhere near what you're going to get from Dak Prescott. Would I do it? Yeah, because I'm crazy. I'm a team builder. I shoot for the moon. That's what I do. What position will be a problem? This is from AJ Hara. What position will be a problem a year or two from now that might be worth a pick this year? A year or two from now, the corners are gone, all of them. So that's why corner's important. A year or two from now, all your safeties are gone. Donovan Wilson will be the only one on the roster. All your safeties are gone. You're locked into Jalen. Van Der Esch is an unknown. I'm terrified of necks. So linebacker, if you can find the right one. I'm not deep enough into the linebackers. I'm getting pretty deep into the secondary now with these draft prospects. But, man, everywhere. The offensive line 2 years from now, you might be really thinking about, do I need a left tackle? But I'm not on board with like, oh, no, we need to replace Tyron. Tyron's still really good and affordable for quite some time. Quarterback's good. Running back's good. Wide receiver's an unknown. You could fire a pick at that anywhere from the first round to the fourth round and try to find a guy that's either a starter or an eventual starter. So all over the place. With the new coaching staff, this is Nicholas Thompson. With the new coaching staff, will they have less influence on drafting players than the previous coaching staff? Yes, and I love it. I love it. Rod Marinelli ain't making picks this year. Mike McCarthy said he'll have more influence than he's used to, which is fine because he was used to having zero. That was one of his things in Green Bay is he basically had zero to do with building the team. So I'm cool with coach input, but it's so disrespectful to guys that you employ and pay to work all year, and in some cases multiple years, to have a picture of who these players are. And to me, the coach's job should be tell the scouts, get Will McClay and his crew to know exactly what I want. What am I looking for? at different positions. And according to what they're saying so far, there is no blueprint. They're looking for the best players, and they'll figure it out from there. And if that's true, then the coaches should be hands off. Let the people whose job it is to evaluate these guys year-round do their work, rank these players, pick these players, and then as coaches, go put them in a position to succeed. That's how you end up with the best team. You have an adaptable coaching staff that wants the best talent available, and then they're going to make it work from there. So hopefully they'll do that. Holy cow, this video is going long. Sorry about that. Let's see. I totally agree on your observations of pay Dak and use the tags. AJ Epenesa, Iowa defensive end, and Javon Kinlaw are both there at 17. Who do you pick? I picked Javon Kinlaw. I feel really confident. Let's keep an eye on his knees medically, but I feel really confident that that dude's going to be a dominant defensive tackle. And Epenesa, I feel really confident that he's going to be a solid NFL player. I don't know that he's going to be a great pass rusher. So I would take Kinlaw because I think that gives you interior disruption that this team really needs, and that would be the way I go. What's up, Stomp? Did you lose a ball? I had one more question, but my dog lost a ball underneath the bookshelf. I'll get it for you in a second, okay? You want to say hi? You want to jump up here? No? Okay. Let's see. Can you explain the difference between the two different tags the Cowboys will have to use this offseason from Jared Ransom? Sure. You have the franchise tag, which you can use the exclusive franchise tag, which costs more than the non-exclusive franchise tag. But you can use the franchise tag, and let's say you use it on Dak. I think the number for the exclusive tag is like $32 million, somewhere around there. Non-exclusive is 28 point something million. But on the non-exclusive tag, teams can bid on your player. They can try to sign him. If he agrees to a contract with another team, you can then match that, or they can give you 2 first-round picks, and he's gone. This year, because it is the, quote, final league year of the CBA, you can also use your transition tag. Let's say you use it on Amari Cooper. He gets the average of the top 10 players at the position as his salary, and other teams can bid on him. If teams bid on him and he agrees to a contract with a different team, you can match that contract, or he's gone and you get nothing. And that's the tags. All right, appreciate you guys. Remember, in the comments, leave me what you want to talk about tomorrow. Check out Trust the Tape, which Brian Broaddus and I are going to be recording here in just a little bit up at the station. Check 105.3 The Fan every day, 1053thefan.com every day. Great content on there. And make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube page, all right? And tell me how you quit dipping, if you did, because I'm working on it. I still got Rico. It's not gone yet. I still got it. All right, guys. I'll catch you later.